like I said, that fluid looks really good. But like I said, it is overfilled, and it's also you know, if we're gonna have to drain some out of it because it's overfilled, we might as well pull the pan, and I'm sure it could use a pan gasket. It's all pretty grungy around it, and while this is draining, I'm gonna clean up kind of around the pan, and then we'll go ahead and pull the pan off once it finishes draining. Alright, you'll know how dirty and grungy this car is underneath, and you know, probably most of that's from that turbo drain, but you know, inside the oil pan was all nice and clean, and this car, you know, looks all beat up, but you know, the engine looked real good inside. And look at this transmission, look how nice and clean. We'll have to pull the pan out. That's a MAN filter, so it's either original or somebody put a I don't know what would have been an original, probably a MAN, I don't know, but we're gonna pull the pan out. I'm just letting it drip a little, and then we'll pull the pan out and slide that back under it, the drain pan back under it, and we'll pull this out and look inside and see, you know, how much clutch material, stuff like that, we have down in the bottom. See if we see any metal particles and stuff like that. So let's pull this thing out. Oh, you know what? I wonder if that's a... Huh. Is that from a junkyard? Somebody marked it. I don't know why they marked it. And we're going to see that encapsulated nut there. I'm pretty sure it's broke off. I'll have to get one. Yeah, I don't see a nut there. See the drive shaft markings. Looking to see if it was marked in line where it the balance mark. Can't tell. All right, let me pull this pan out and we'll take a look. I must say, this is probably the cleanest transmission I've ever pulled the pan on. Normally you've got, you know, clutch material down in the pan. This thing, I mean, you can see a little bit kind of like over there, but it's not built up, you know. It's got a little sparkle in it. Probably yeah, it definitely has a little bit of a metallic look to it. That could be from bushings or something like that, but really that clutch material over there is all that's there. And then some of the metallic could be from the steels between the clutches too, because they'll wear some. But really not bad. Like I said, I have no idea if this pan's ever been off before, but this gasket definitely has been on here a long time, and you can tell how grungy this pan is, that it has not been off in a long time. We'll take a look at the filter and see what it looks like. Filter's out. Comparing it to a new one. This one is a Beck Arnley, and I think I got this from Amazon. Pretty sure this filter is pretty well plugged up. And it's probably got most. You can see clutch material. It's probably plugged up with clutch material, and you know, we just didn't end up with any in the pan itself, and it's all. I mean, because as clutches wear, that's what they do. You know, they're going to wear. They don't last forever, but that clutch material's got to go somewhere, and since we really didn't see much in the pan, it's probably in the filter. And as soon as I unbolted the filter, transmission fluid poured out. You know, so it was keeping the fluid up in the transmission. In the filter, you know, normally it should flow through enough that it would have flowed back out. There's not a, as far as I know, there's no check valve or anything in a filter, or in this filter. You know, so what was preventing it from flowing back was the filter itself. And so I'm sure it was probably stopped up. So we'll go ahead, we'll put our new one, bolt our new one in, and then we'll have to clean up our pan and put the new pan gasket on, and we can put this all back together. So I'm going to go ahead and go put the filter back on. There's 3 screws that hold it in, and just make sure you get these up in the little hole where they go. Pan's all clean, and new pan gasket. I need to make sure it's wanting to slip off right here. Make sure when I put it on there that doesn't slip off. So let me take it up underneath and bolt it back on there. Put these little things here that hold this on there. It'd be nice to put one right here. No idea if you can see up under there. The transmission's back together. Filled up, put 3 quarts in it. We're going to need to start it up, but I've got the battery out of it right now. So moving on to something else until I put the battery back in.